Hey everybody, namaste. It's cold today, still not spring really. So I'm cozied up and we're gonna do a practice that might be a bit cathartic. It will be for me anyway. There are so many planets in alignment. There are four. Well, even adding the moon, there are five. But um, this is really putting things into perspective for us all. It's creating big shifts, and if we aren't aware of our subconscious desires and urges and passions, then they might come exploding to the surface right now, because these shifts are wanting us to see the bigger picture. And when we see the bigger picture, it puts us into perspective, right? It makes us realize we're not so big in the whole big scheme of things. It humbles us. And sometimes that's really important to be put in our place. And so try to find some alignment within yourself. This is going to be going on. It's been a few days, it's going to be a few more days. It's really a once in a lifetime alignment. And so it's very karmic. And Saturn is the planet that represents karma, Father Karma, and he wants us to be doing the right things and being in line, staying in line, staying in line. But there are some other planets there that are being rebellious. So Mars is right there being passionate, and it's really hard not to listen to our fires right now and our truths, because it's right next to Jupiter, which is expanding this in our awareness. And sitting right in between is Venus, the planet of love. So all of this is surrounding love, surrounding even, I think, lifetimes of soul contracts that are coming up to the surface to be reviewed and looked at and dealt with, handled. And this doesn't mean that we have to be reaching out necessarily to the people that we have karmic ties with from the past. But if there is unfinished business, then maybe take advantage of this alignment to just get into your own truth. Figure out your own truth about it, and your healing can happen even just within yourself. It doesn't have to happen together with that other soul. It can, and then ultra healing can happen, but if takes two to tango, so if they can't meet in the middle, though hopefully they can, because for soul work to really karmically balance, all it takes is for both sides to forgive. And it doesn't mean there has to be any future, it just means that the past has to be just balanced and forgiven, so that both souls can move forward in the future. And this is really the healthiest thing. So we have these soul contracts from people that have always been important to us. Our families are very close soul ties to us, and it's not easy being the souls that have to teach each other expansion and growth and love and passion and karma. These are lessons that we have to learn. So if we don't learn our lessons, we don't expand, we get karma. Everything that we give out comes back to us. So we're trying now, starting fresh after the breakthrough of yesterday and the planets that poof, like slapped me in the face, and I could see all of my actions of the past. So when we come to zero on the Fool's Journey, stepping into the Fool's Journey, leaping off into the unknown, it's very difficult to have that courage, but we are having the ultimate push towards really seeing the reality right now. What is our truth? We're coming into alignment into our truth. So it is actually the really nice, respectful thing to do, is to balance out the karma together with these souls, which is just saying, I honor you, I see you, I honor you. Let's make amends, let's have peace for both sides, so that we can just nullify the intense emotions that are trying to really come up to the surface if they haven't been dealt with. Whew. So for me, this is two songs in particular are going to take care of this for me. And like I said, if you want to suggest some songs for me to do, go ahead and suggest, and we can make this interactive. But for now, this whole clarity, speaking my truth, coming to my truth, and I know that there are souls around that know that They see through the tough exterior of me, and they know that deep down I'm a softie. And some people do use this against me when they see my truth. And that's why I say I'm open-minded, but don't use it against me, because when they see my truth, they try to sway me with it. And I hate that. It's just so not nice. So we're trying to stop that. Okay, let's try to actually get out of playing the karmic roles in people's lives and just have peace. We don't have to have revenge. I shared a Stevie Nicks and Tom Petty song last night, and their friendship is truly soulmates because they were never together. She just really had a great admiration for him that he could never understand. But they had each other's backs. They were really good friends. They trusted each other. So that song, they're not singing to each other, they're singing together. As good friends, staying tight, understanding that their souls need each other to progress and not have revenge towards each other. They're actually backing each other up towards the people that are actually dragging their hearts around. So if you have friends like that rooting for you, then that's awesome. If you have souls that are just your tribe and they root for you, then that's what we're trying to find, really. Forget about all of the romantic this and that back and forths, and just forgive and move forward and balance. We are meant to wake each other up, these souls in our lives. We are meant to come in and cause towers and wake each other up and mirror each other's behavior, and all of this isn't easy. So once we wake up, let's just say thanks. Thanks for waking me up. But we don't have to have revenge. So it was a line in that song, Stop Dragging My Heart Around, was like, we don't have to make this anything at all. We don't have to make this a big deal. We don't have to make this anything at all. Let's just make it equal and balanced and say sorry. And deep down, we all know what we've done to each other. We all can take personal responsibility, really, if we put our pride aside. And that is the shift happening now, is putting the ego aside. We're really being humbled, so we're waking up to the truth. And those people that know our truth will say, sure, hey, you know my truth, but you know what? I'm doing the best I can. I'm trying to move forward and grow. I learned all the lessons you wanted to teach me. You humbled me, okay? So let's do a practice. We're transmuting now. Those that want to continue to poke at those wounds in us, we can't do anything about that. So I'm trying to lighten it up and laugh a little bit about it and really still see through to the heart of people, to the soul of people, and understand their motives and really have compassion. Everybody is doing the best they can all the time. So if negativity is being thrown at you, just take it and transmute it. And that is the beauty of the magic that we can do once we recognize the spiritual world has our back and everything is energy, and all of this is just energy being thrown at us. And once we do start expanding, some of these old souls want to keep us down. This is also normal. So until that soul does the work to join us, they want to drag us down. I know that this whole world of magic and witchcraft is seen as bizarre, and I've been put into a box of just the weird one. And if you've been the black sheep your whole life, just know that us as the black sheeps, as the observers, as the sensitive ones, as the outcasts, as the ones just looking in from the fringes, not necessarily feeling accepted. We are the fools. We are the ones now where we have to take that leap of faith now and really show the world who we are. I know it's not easy to shine, but we're actually not black sheep. Deep down, we're actually unicorns. There's actually lots of color. In the dark underworld, in the magic, there's actually lots of color. I remember that I went to metaphysical show. It didn't happen often in my small town because it was quite conservative little town, but I remember I was just happened to walk by one day a hotel lobby that had like a pancarte outside saying tarot readings, palm readings, and I was like, oh, it just like immediately sparked my fire. And I went in and I got my palm read and I got some sage I bought some sage and some stones, and I went home and I was all excited to tell my family about this, and I was immediately shunned. I was immediately told, put that interest away, lock it down. You're not allowed to discuss stuff like that. I maybe sound harsh, but that's how it felt to me at the time, after really discovering this beautiful other world and a lot about me. And it really was like this flower opened in my heart that was immediately squashed. And this is kind of what's happening right now when we're seeing our truth and then getting everybody else is squashing us. Saturn, Father Karma, wants us to stand in line. My dad, very conservative, wanted me to stand in line, didn't want me to talk about stuff like this. But the witchiness, there's nothing wrong with witchiness. I have a history in my family also of psychic awareness and witchiness, and I had my godfather played the fiddle, and he was very aware. I had lots of uncles that meditate and were very aware. My grandmother had very clear intuition, but she was shunned also. This is where a lot of alcoholism comes in, because when you can't be yourself, you feel bad, and so you drink it, you wash it away, you drink it all away. But in healing that, we have to actually honor our truth and speak our truth. And so I'm trying to say, I am interested in all of these weird things, and I'm sharing it. It's what makes me a mystic. It's what makes me believe in more. And I don't have my dad or any man now telling me that I can't be this way, so I can just shine this way. Though I did have a friend point out to me that Rhiannon was a Welsh witch, and I took that really negatively at first, but that was my own projection of it, actually, because Stevie Nicks is a big hero of mine, and I think she even actually later on did say that she wasn't a witch, because she introduces the song on stage and in videos as about a Welsh witch, but she later corrects herself in saying it's actually about a Celtic goddess. And to me, they are the same. Witches aren't evil. There's absolutely nothing evil about a witch. The witch's star, the 5-pointed star, is actually pointing upwards, which is the opposite of the double star, which points down. So we are trying to take the darkness and bring it into the light. We are trying to add clarity to the mystery, so the unknown isn't so ominous. So when the fool leaps into the unknown for the fool's journey, the first character the fool meets is the magician on the other side. And so the magician is clearly there for the fool to face their fears and face this darkness and see what can be made magically of this darkness. So of the stars, we can be illuminated to our truth within isn't a scary, dark thing. We aren't dark, scary witches. We are goddesses that are actually muses. The Welsh witch of Rhiannon was actually a muse. She was a muse for musicians and artists and all kinds of creativity, which is actually what divinely inspired Stevie Nicks to write the song. She tapped into the archetype of Rhiannon, and to tap into this isn't to go around being cruel, it's actually to go around enlightening everybody that you have an effect on. It wakes people up. The witch, the goddess, the muse is there to wake you up to your creativity, to your power, to your own personal light, not to take it away, but to give it to you. That's all the witch is trying to do. So open up your eyes and see what's right there in front of you. And nothing is dark. Everything is already in the light. And so Stevie Nicks actually after is quoted by saying, she's like, all of these people at the time were starting to call her a witch. And she was wearing dark clothes and like these flamboyant costumes and witchy clothes and gypsy clothes, and everybody saw that as dark and negative, and she got death threats. And she, as they were reaching their peak, because of her and her songs, she was actually getting death threats, and she was actually really, really scared. So I can get that. I understand that feeling. This is my nervousness with like not interacting with comments or friend requests, or it's just fear. So how about we squash that fear and recognize and have faith that everything's already in the light. Everything is already okay. Nothing worse can happen. I think all of the worst things have already happened to me. Some people maybe don't want to see me happy. It's hard for some people to see the light until they see it in themselves. But all I'm trying to do is teach you how to see it in yourself. So you have to look within. Stop projecting onto me or any other woman that Rhiannon is negative. Rhiannon is a beautiful goddess that came to shine light and to spark that desire and that creativity. So as Jupiter is having this wonderful, big, huge, lucky, expansive effect on our energies of love and passion and our deep down truth, have that not be used against you, but honor it, show it. Treat others the way you want to be treated, and that's what Father Karma can't do anything to you. You're standing legit in your power now. You have taken the reins of your life. You don't need any daddies anymore having any judgments on you. Whether you're a man or a woman, stand in your power. This is the Phoenix rising. This is actually handling yourself in all of your responsibilities, in all of you're the emperor and the empress of your life when you can actually come together in these balanced energies within yourself. And then you really are multicolored and awake, and you've learned all your lessons, and you can move forward, and you are the unicorn. And I've been wearing my unicorn slippers nonstop, and I have this unicorn mood ring. Which, what is it right now? It's like half dark and half turquoise. It really is half dark and half turquoise. So let's do a practice and see what it is at the end, because we're going to just like transmute the negativity into the light. So anyway, Stevie Nicks says, I'm not a witch, and she defends herself in the end. She's like, did a interview, I think it was for Cosmo or something, and she was like, I just wear black because it makes me look thin, you idiots. So anyway, I'm going to take off my white sweater because I was studying Reiki with some people that were associated with the Esenians, and recently I had said that that person was evil. That person wasn't evil. That person was maybe not aware that they had invited in some evil spirits, perhaps, and we can invite in evil spirits without realizing it. So we do have to be careful when we're associating in the witchy world with energy and spirits, and that's why I'm saying be careful with your energy. Sorry, I read this really interesting quote recently, but I can't remember. It was something like, don't show your magnificence before swine, or something like that. Anyway, so this particular branch of Reiki was very into wearing white, and it was all about white and white and white and being in the light and wear white, and you had to absolutely wear white and devote yourself to absolutely everything, and their God was the God, and God is the God, and I have a personal relationship with God, and my guru taught me that God was within, and I know that that was actually Jesus's original message. And so once they started to use God against me, then that can't actually work, right? We recognize that God is not out there punishing us, and we don't have to wear any color to represent anything. We can wear black if we want. And it doesn't necessarily mean the dark witchiness. Maybe just means it thins me. Not like I need to be thinned, but anyway. For me, I actually just adore this t-shirt. It brings me comfort. Okay, so our first flow we're going to do to, and again, send me songs if you want. The first flow we're going to do to Politic by Coldplay, because this rainy, cold April, end of April, early spring, rainy weather really makes me remember Coldplay at a very dark time of my life, and this when Coldplay was first starting out. But every time I listened to them, I used to go for a walk in the rain when my older son Zubin was just a little baby and things weren't really well with his father. I would leave the house and go for walks in the rain and listen to Coldplay, and how on earth that would cheer me up, but it would. Anyway, Anyway, this song really opened up my eyes at a time when I really needed it. I needed to get out of, I needed to recognize and see just the harm it was having on me, the alcohol intake and the people I was associating with. At the time, and I'm not even going to say the people I was associated with. We have to take our own personal responsibility. It wasn't them. It was that I was overindulged. And that just makes what we put in us does have an effect. So don't think that you can just put toxins in you and it's not going to affect your mood. It will, obviously alcohol is going to affect you for a little while for the better if it relaxes you or makes you have fun. But in the long run, it's a depressant on your system. So anything that you eat that's going to aggravate your system mood is going to be aggravated, right? So I recognize that really once and for all, I had to just let go of some bad habits really is the thing. So that's what yesterday's breakthrough was all about too. Anyway, this is getting long, so thanks for listening. I really appreciate it. And I hope that you can now lay down a mat and join me for this practice. Listening to Politic from Coldplay, it's time to open our eyes. The planetary alignment isn't going to let us get away with not seeing our truth and what needs to change in our lives. And I know that we shouldn't talk about politics. Alexa, play Politic by Coldplay.
Politic by Coldplay on Amazon Music.
You gotta listen to it loud. It's a longer song, so it's gonna be 5-minute cathartic flow. Put down your mat and join me. It's gonna really do us some good. Remember to breathe. Solar plexus, and your heart, and your throat, and your eyes, and your third eye, and your crown. Open up. face your truth. It's okay. Only you have to accept you. Stand the warrior here for a sec. Alexa, stop. That was awesome, except right at the very end I realized I don't have any water or anything around to drink. And I got super thirsty. Whew. So always remember to have water near you. I think it'd be a little bit too interactive if I brought the camera in there to have you watch me get a drink of water. So let's not do that. Open up your eyes. I think we should just be grateful for the people that come into our lives and open up our eyes. I know it's not easy. Okay, so some Rhiannon. And just know that really deep down, I think we all want the best for each other. I don't think anybody's actually out to get anyone, right? We're all trying to help each other grow and expand, and it's just not easy to be the people that have to do it for each other. Especially family. Especially if our family doesn't really quite understand us. And though we have our soul tribe, so those souls that feel good to you, stick with them. I have this belief that souls, like people that look really familiar to us, are souls that have had either you get a good feeling from them or a bad feeling from them. So you've either had good associations from the past or bad, but if you've had bad, then you should work on balancing them out, is the thing. Coming to some sort of understanding and forgiveness. And that way our souls are at ease. And we will always love the souls that we've loved. That is just a known. It's something it's just going to be there forever. We can't escape that. Certain connections are there forever. And it actually takes way more energy to repel them and push them away. It actually takes a lot of energy. That's actually not facing your truth. Right now we're having this once in 100-year opportunity to really look at our souls and see our truths. So honor that, see it. Even if you're seeing that you have feelings for someone you don't want to have feelings for, just acknowledge that you do and transmute that. If it feels really dark and negative to you, transmute it into the light by just forgiving and loving and having compassion and understanding and wanting the best for that person. It doesn't mean you have to stop loving them. it's like it just takes so much energy to go against energy. So we have to go with the flow. That's what the flow is all about. Surrender to what is. It is what it is. And just be compassionate with the souls around you. Okay, we're at 30 minutes, so let's just do a quick cathartic relaxation to Rhiannon. Alexa, play Rhiannon by Fleetwood Mac.
Here's Rhiannon by Fleetwood Mac on Amazon Music.
The goddess, not the witch. Or the witch that is a goddess, witches are goddesses. All women are goddesses. Say that. We all have the power to create. So if we're trying to love you, let us love you. Let us inspire you and encourage you. Don't push us away. I could do some Red Hot Chili Pepper videos. That's funny. Alexa, stop. We have to hold strong to our dreams, but it's true. Dreams do unwind, and love is a state of mind. Love is an energy. It takes two people to work at that energy. And if it isn't honored or respected, then it quickly fizzles. So use this planetary alignment to find some alignment within yourself, your head and your heart. What is your truth? Be who you are. Find someone in balance with that. That honors your goddessness. It doesn't make you feel bad about it all the time. And it's okay to wear black, for goodness sake. Really, life is technicolor, wondrous, magical experience that we should be enjoying and appreciating. And love is an energy that is like miraculous. It's the highest energy of all. It can heal everything. Why do we not want to feel it? We put so much energy into pushing it away or running away from it. I think a lot of maybe people are afraid of the control it can have over them if they are control freaks. So the number one thing to do is to try to just get over being a control freak. And that's what this whole practice has been for me, just the ability to release, let go. First of all, you have to feel the emotions and not just water them down with alcohol. Let yourself feel your fire and your passion and let it direct you in the right way. And if it's directing you towards something that isn't healthy for you, then just heal that and release it and move forward towards things that will. We are all already in the light though. Whether the sun is out or not, it is always there behind the clouds. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Love and light, peace within your heart. May we all respect each other, one another, in balance, equality on the earth right now. We are really only this tiny, tiny, tiny little speck of importance. So remember, in the whole big scheme of things, none of this really matters. All we're trying to do is expand our souls and grow. So let's try to just all love one another, because we are all one, actually. We are all the creator. Nothing to be afraid of. It's magical. Love and light.